Welcome to the Alliance Connection, a podcast by the Greater Fort Dodge Growth Alliance. Each week, we bring you insights on business, economic development, and community growth in the Greater Fort Dodge region. Our focus is to drive progress, support local businesses, and enhance the quality of life in our area. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We are so excited to have the Alliance Connection podcast today, and we've got amazing guests with us from Iowa Central. But before we get into it, Katie, we've got a lot of things happening in the region.
Yeah, we do. We've got a ribbon cutting on October 8th at 4:30 with Rejuvenate and Faceplace at their new location.
That's right. They moved.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And then we have our Coffee and Connect on October 22nd. That's from 8:30 to 10 at our office downtown. We just ask you to come in, mingle with local people that you wouldn't normally get to see.
Nice.
Have a little breakfast, a little coffee.
I love those networking opportunities because many times folks just want to get out there and get their name and their business out there. And that's a great opportunity. And it's free
Definitely.
to our members.
And then the other thing we have coming up too is October 15th. We have the community election forum.
Oh, the legislative forum at Iowa Central, actually.
Yes.
That's amazing because I think a lot of times, thank you to everybody who steps out in public service space because we need great leaders out there. And that's a great forum and great opportunity for the community members who might be voting to ask questions.
Yeah.
So very cool. And everybody can check this out on our community calendar, right?
Yep. All the events.
Awesome, Katie. Well, we're going to get right into it. We have some special guests today from Iowa Central Community College, Dr. Jesse Ulrich, and we have Brady O'Brien. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for the invite. This is great.
Yeah. Awesome. And October 1st, there's some exciting things happening even tonight, right, Brady?
That's so true. You know what? Iowa Central tonight at 7:30, we've got David Cook and Maddie Poppy, both American Idol winners. So if you guys love American Idol, coming right here to Fort Dodge. Maddie Poppy, in fact, is also an alum of Iowa Central.
Really?
So we're so excited to have her back.
What?
Kind of a special thing for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so really excited to have her, and then David Cook as well. Their music comes together, and they just put on a powerhouse show from what I'm hearing from all the other venues. So we're super excited to have them.
And the Center of Performing Arts, that space is pretty new, too. Amazing space. How many people can be in that space for a show?
Yeah, right now we have 1,062 as our current capacity. So
Nice.
a lot of people, just over 1,000 can be in there enjoying the same show.
What a tremendous asset for the whole region. Wow.
Well, in fact, it is the largest entertainment venue within our region, and this is one of our promises that we made when we renovated the space and wanted to renovate Decker Auditorium and kind of create the new space with the Center for Performing Arts. And what we really, really told people is the Center for Performing Arts is a quality of life issue. For our community. It drives economic development. It drives a lot of things because regardless of the number of people that we have in our community, they want things to do, and we didn't really have that space, so to speak. And by the way, when I say that, we've got some great activities. There's always live music in this community, but smaller. And then we have the Celebration group who do wonderful things, kind of that once a year. But this space allows us to bring in these well-known artists, I remember Big Daddy Weave was our opening show, who have been touring nationally for years.
Oh yeah, household name.
To be able to have them come to Fort Dodge, and be able to bring that entertainment and some other things that people aren't always necessarily used to. We had Adam May here, last month, and to hear some of the comments from folks of, boy, I would have never been able to experience this had we not bring them. It's been a tremendous asset to our community.
Absolutely. And, at the Growth Alliance, with being the economic development driver, that quality of place, it matters. And so thank you guys for recognizing that and for all you guys do to help us with that. So, absolutely. We've got folks that come in and they want to know about the arts, and we've got a lot of amazing small venues and different things, but that just adds to it. So That's tonight. Now, what if somebody just heard about it because they tuned into the Alliance Connection? Can they go, Brady? Can they come tonight?
Yes, they sure can. You know what? Come get your tickets at our box office. We open up at 6:30 tonight. Don't be afraid. Come out and get a ticket. You know, even if you're in the nosebleeds, it's still a great view in our venue. There's no bad seat in our house. So
come absolutely.
On out. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And this is a whole series, though, right?
It is. Yeah. So like he said, Big Daddy Weave kicked it off in July, and then we had Edamame and the Southern Fried Chicks in September. And then we've got tonight is our third show of the series.
Cool.
And then we'll have 6 remaining shows. So 2 left. We got one at the end of the month, October 23rd. Angstrom Brass and Jive for 5 local group. Going to be a fantastic brass night. And then my favorite, kind of biased, on December 13th, we have Home Free. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. They're a national touring a cappella group.
It's going to be huge.
Wow.
Yes. They are country's only all vocal group. So we're super excited about them.
They're real good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be a good show.
So get your tickets while you can, while there's still some
pretty
left.
Quick. Yeah, I bet those are selling pretty fast.
They are.
That one's probably going to be a sold out.
Ooh,
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
That's awesome.
And then we get a little Christmas break, and then we come back with the Barricade Boys. They're like a Broadway group / boys band, you know, kind of feel. On January 31st. And then we have the Shamrock Tenors. They bring everything Irish. So if you like Irish music, that's the one. That's going to be March 6th. And both of those are from overseas. So Shamrock Tenors are from Ireland direct.
Okay.
And then Barricade Boys are straight from London's West End, so over in the UK. So excited to be here. And then we have Selah on March 28th, which is
goodness,
a nominated trio. They're fantastic. Their harmonies are just beautiful. And then we close the season with Anthem Lights on May 6th.
Oh my goodness.
So
you guys got a stacked list.
Yes.
And not only that too, can you share a little bit, Brady? Because not everybody realizes, I feel like I'll speak to folks just throughout the community and they're like, yeah, we're going to Iowa Central. I've got a kiddo that's performing. I mean, this isn't just all these amazing acts, but that place is just hopping, right?
Yes, it is. So just like here in October, we've got 7 independent events that are happening. So it's a busy, busy venue. So we've got everything from 2 series events. We've got a couple private events happening there as well. We have our internal fall play happening, the Brothers Grimm Spectaculathon. So get your tickets to that too.
We just got the poster for that.
Yes. Yeah. And it features over 30 students. It's going to be an incredible show. So that's October 16th through the 18th. So get your tickets for that.
Nice.
Trying to think what else we have going on in there. There's just so much happening.
You know, and I think one thing that people don't realize is, you know, it's not just a one size fits all as far as ticket levels.
Correct.
You know, Brady and his team has done a wonderful job on, you know, you've got everywhere from the VIP where, hey, you get to meet some of these artists beforehand in the backstage and, you know, those types of things, clear down to the really affordable pricing to where anybody can, you know, get a ticket. We're also doing this year where, you know, 20 minutes before the show, you know, we kind of do a rush for students where they can get tickets really, really cheap to be able to fill some of those seats. You know, some of the shows I know we won't have any seats left, but you know, so we've done a nice job of making sure that we've got the full gamut of folks. And we're also with the fall play really excited to introduce our new director of theater, Sean Moville. And he has been, if you haven't read his resume, we are just absolutely blessed to have him here at Iowa Central Community College. He's been around the world and on various stages, and so we're very excited for him to work with our students and introduce them to our community.
And how exciting for those students too to get that type of hands-on expertise training from someone such as him. I mean, because I read that bio too, and I mean, he's been all over the world, really, right?
Yes, very much.
Oh my gosh, that's really awesome. So thank you so much for sharing about all of this. If somebody wants to learn more about that, Brady, how do they get involved with the Center for the Performing Arts?
Yeah, we've got a couple options. First thing is just go to our Facebook or our Instagram and just type in Iowa Central Center for Performing Arts. It's going to pop up. It'll bring everything you could possibly need to know.
Nice.
We could also go online to iowacentral.edu/tickets. That's going to give you even more, probably more than you want to know, but it gives you everything. Or you can just call our box office. Our box office is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. And you can just call us at 515-574-1205, and we'll answer any question you could possibly think of. So
perfect.
We're here.
And we'll have those links in the show notes for our viewers and listeners. So.
Oh, perfect. In the comment section of this.
Yep,
awesome.
Absolutely.
And so I feel like, too, Jesse, you and I have talked a lot about just Iowa Central, and a lot of folks say that Iowa Central looks a lot different than it did even just a couple years ago, and the future is so bright with what you guys are doing. You want to talk about some of the things going on?
Yeah, and our purpose at Iowa Central is very simple. We want students to come to Iowa Central. We want them to finish their degree and their certifications in the shortest amount of time possible, with the least amount of student loan debt, so they can go on and have a better life. Because we still truly believe that education is a great equalizer. I know there's a lot of people right now who say, well, you don't need a college degree, to have a good life. And that's partly true. You don't have to have a 4-year degree or an advanced degree, to go out and have a great life. But the reality is everyone needs some type of training above their high school diploma. And that's really where is in the wheelhouse for Iowa Central. And the other is the economic footprint that we have. 1 out of every 26 jobs in our entire region is tied back to Iowa Central. And we serve a little over 6,200 students. On the credit side, we train about 15,000 people a year on the non-credit and workforce training side. So we've got a little over 20,000 people a year who are getting impacted directly from education from Iowa Central. And, one of the probably the little secrets of our region is we send out 1,200 W-2s. So as far as Fort Dodge goes, we're by far one of the, if not the largest employer. And so, we do a lot of great things across the region, and it is truly a hidden gem. Sometimes folks take Iowa Central for granted and kind of forget about us a little bit. But for those, that is the number one comment that we receive from alumni or community members who haven't been on campus in a while, just about how beautiful the campus is. And our campus is very different than all the other community colleges. We are not a commuter campus.
I would agree.
We are a pedestrian campus where you come and you park your car and you go to all the various different buildings that we have, and the gorgeous remodeled courtyard space and
so pretty,
et cetera. So
it's like a mini university. I always say, I mean, again, I've shared before, I'm not from here. I'm new to Iowa, and community college, we've talked about this. I remember my first tour at Iowa Central, and I was like, Dr. Ulrich, this looks like a university. Yeah. I mean, it really does. Yes. And so I think that that's something to be said for that, and I think that's instills a lot of pride in those students too.
Hey guys, thanks for listening. Here's a quick word from our sponsors.
This podcast is produced by Spin Market and Digital. Located in Fort Dodge, Iowa, Spin Market's highly skilled team can help you increase your market by updating your website, improving SEO, designing advertisements, and producing podcasts that will grab the attention of your market. Contact Spin Market today for all your digital marketing needs at digitalagent@spinmarket.com or call us at 515-302-8026. And to learn more, visit our website at www.spinmarket.com. That's digitalagent@spinmarket.com or 515-302-8026. Or visit our website at www.spinmarket.com.
For our students, only about 35% of our students that we serve at Iowa Central actually come from our region. So we have one of the largest draws in the entire state as far as coming to our region. But of the students who graduate, 77% stay in our region.
Yay,
Which means when they come here and we can recruit them here, they see the high quality of life that we have within our region, specifically in Fort Dodge area, and they want to be a part of that. And and the thing that we're really proud of is of our students that we serve, 30% are still first generational students, which is crazy to think about in 2025, but first generational students, and we have really good success in retaining them and being able to capitalize on their strengths for them to get ahead in life.
And I feel like every time I turn around, you guys are offering a new certification, or, I remember a couple of years ago, we really had a space where it was like, we need skilled workforce in this niche, and lo and behold, here's Iowa Central right there, ready to tailor that certified skilled workforce. So you guys are always being really forward thinking in that. So do you want to share about some of the new programs you have for folks?
Yeah. So last year we launched 5 different programs, everything from cosmetology into the high schools where they can get some of those very basic cosmetology theories classes out of the way so that when they graduate and go to La James here in our region, some of that is taken care of. We launched plumbing, cybersecurity. One of the most successful programs that we actually launched, though, was our vet tech program. You know, everybody loves their little dogs. Everybody loves their little cats, right? You know, and so we need people to be able to help the vets be able to take care of those animals. And it was a void in our region. We could tell it was a void because literally in the first year we were full. You know, and going into the second year here, we actually have a wait list. And we have them in a temporary, it's a few trailers basically off the highway there, and that's what they're in right now. But as we look forward to our referendum, that we hope that we can create more of a permanent space for them.
So you're talking about the referendum. I've seen a little bit of this here and there. So for those that have never heard of this before, can you walk us through what this means? Because a lot of people think of that and they think, oh my gosh, is this new taxes? What does this mean for folks?
Yeah. So I'd be remiss if I didn't remind folks and educate folks on a couple of different things about how property taxes work with community colleges. So back in '66, when they realigned all the community colleges, the theory was it was going to be the funding sources was going to be a third. So a third was going to come from property taxes, a third was going to come from state aid, and a third was going to come from tuition. Now fast forward to 2025, you know, nearly 60 years into it, 60% of our budget is tuition, 30% of our budget is state aid, and then less than 10% of our budget is actually property taxes. So how community colleges were funded was for community colleges to actually invest in infrastructure. It is going to the local communities and being able to ask for their support. This is not going to be a new tax. It's an existing referendum that was passed back in 2008. So what we're doing is extending it for another 15 years. So by extending it another 15 years, it doesn't cost our taxpayers anymore. It's not a new tax. It's an extension. So the levy rate isn't going to go up. But what it allows for Iowa Central is an additional $35 million to be able to put towards all of our areas where we're workforce training. You know, so an example, the number one thing that I get hit up on is how do we get more and then fill in the blank. And I will, spoiler alert, it is not on the liberal arts side of more psychology degrees and, that it is, we want more plumbers, we want more dental assistants, we want more nurses. So how do we do that? So by having this referendum extended, we're going to be able to do various things. So again, without increasing our current levy rate for the debt service levy, we're going to be able to extend our dental hygiene space so that we can fit more dental hygienists and more dental assisting, which is another program that we started last year. We're going to be able to expand the space for our HVAC training as well as our plumbing. The gem of the entire referendum, though, is going to be a new Center for Ag Science, which is going to go on, yes, very much. So everyone remembers where Budget Host Inn was on the corner of 169 and Highway 20, and that is going to be the location of the Center for Ag Science, which is going to have all of our ag programmings together and futuristic thinking. We're not looking old school farming, but we're looking precision farming and in the future of bio ag and those types of things. So we'll be able to do all of that. Now I do want to make sure, because I know some great questions are being asked of, but what is that? What's really that that dollar amount that you're asking for?
What's that increment?
Yeah. And so it's 33 cents. So to give you an example of what 33 cents means, in Fort Dodge, I think Webster County, the average home cost is about $150,000 is the average valuation. Okay. So that will cost the average household in Webster County $25 a year.
But it's not new. This is just
it's not
extending
new.
what they're used to
This is
doing.
extending what we're having. So
Oh my gosh.
if it goes away, most people are never going to notice it, within their property tax bills, because $25 on, is there. Now, and the other thing that I hope people realize as far as bang for their buck, so to speak, when you look at your tax bill for Iowa Central, we're only 6% of the total property tax bill, So when you look at that and you see the campus that we have that supports 1,200 people, 1,200 jobs, let alone one out of every 26. It's a pretty good bang for your buck in regards to what people get out of Iowa Central.
Right. And not to mention, it's very forward thinking. I mean, this is, gosh, just celebrating Nestle Brianna and like celebrating their 50 years and their big expansion. And then, we have animal health science right here as a backbone along with agriculture. And so it's kind of this really great match that's made if we can get that passed. Yeah.
And I'm glad you bring that up, Astra, because I think a component that most people don't realize is when we are trying to recruit in these major companies, we have over 60 formal agreements for workforce training with companies within our region. And one of that piece through our 260 programs, and meaning companies can come here and when they're paying, their income taxes for their employees, that can actually get diverted back through the state to Iowa Central. And then we help facilitate the training for their new employees. Yeah. So it doesn't cost them additional funds to train their employees. And that's all done right here with Iowa Central.
And it's all customized,
Correct.
Which I don't think that folks realize that, because many states will have that, but it's the way they want it to be.
Correct. Yeah.
Here, it's all customized. And I love that about the 260E program.
And that's the other, it's not always done by Iowa Central, because we work with the company, and Shelley Blunk does a wonderful job and her team.
Oh yeah, she's awesome.
And so they go out and get whatever training, the companies need and bring them here. So it's been a great value for our communities within our region.
So when is the vote? Do people, how does this work?
November 4th is a part of the city, county, school election is when our referendum will be. And again, it's not going to increase. So one of the slogans we've been talking about is the yes vote doesn't cost you anything. So a yes vote doesn't cost it because it's not going to increase it. And by doing that, we get more plumbers, we get more HVAC technicians, we get more nurses, dental hygienists.
Which we desperately need in this region.
Which we all need within our region.
Yes.
And with the hospital's new surgical center, one of the other programs that we're launching for this upcoming year is Surge Tech. So again, we're always trying to meet the needs of our region, and we're just appreciative of the positive partners that we've got across the 9 counties that we serve.
That's really exciting.
Yeah. I can't think of anywhere you could spend $25 and make that big of an impact.
Right? I know. And it's really, it's just an incredible story that Iowa Central, I mean, how blessed we are to have you guys right here in our backyard. Yeah. So that's really exciting about the future. So,
and what's important for people to know too is we've invested over the last 4 years about $40 million within our region. And when we do that, it's going right back into our region because we're using all local subcontractors. Right. So all of the people, who have businesses, et cetera, are getting a piece of this pie when we're reinvesting. And that's our plan, as we move forward, because we've got great partners within our community to do high quality work.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, I cannot wait to check out the show tonight and many other shows, Brady, in the concert series, and just to learn more. I'm excited for this vote. I hope that we can get this passed as a yes vote. So vote yes, so that we can have a wonderful new training center and just support Iowa Central and all you guys do. So this is exciting.
And for all the information, people can go to our website, iowacentral.edu, and we have a referendum page there that people can check out to answer any of their questions that they have.
Awesome. And we'll be sure to put that in the comment section of this. So make sure that everybody likes, subscribes, and shares this episode and all of the other episodes of the Alliance Connection. I also have to give a shout out to all of our sponsors, and these flowers are amazing.
Becker,
thank you, Becker. Again. Every time we're here, it smells amazing and beautiful.
And they're just so fresh.
Love it. Love it. So anything else that we'd like to share, Katie or Anyone from Iowa Central?
One thing I just want to make sure is to give a shout out to our board of directors. Their election is a part of November 4th as well. Andrea Oswald, who will be the owner of Rejuvenate.
Yeah.
So we're going to be there to celebrate her as well and for her ribbon cutting. But we have 9 board of directors across. Mark Crimmins has been serving as the board chair for over 30 years, as well as local folks of Katy Lemberg and as well as Bennett O'Connor. And they've served Iowa Central very, very well and are good representatives. And I appreciate their support. And none of these things happen without a supportive board.
Absolutely.
And without folks willing to give up their time to serve the community. So I appreciate them very much.
That's a great point. All right. Yeah. Well, with that, thank you guys for tuning in. And I'm excited to check out Iowa Central and all the things you guys have upcoming. And otherwise, check out the Growth Alliance. We've got lots of things happening in the community. I say if you say there's nothing going on, maybe you live under a rock, because I feel like there's plenty in our region happening.
Definitely.
All right. With that, thank you so much. And we hope everybody has a great day.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Every connection strengthens our community, and every conversation sparks new opportunities. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Alliance Connection.
Follow the Greater Fort Dodge Growth Alliance online and on social media. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
I'm Astra.
I'm Katy.
And we'll see you next time.